Hey, hello, and welcome back once again to Gary Grigsby's War in the East. Let's continue where we left off with the Slovakians can't move up. Let's continue here with the hopeful destruction of the Soviet armies. Now I need to make a bit of space here so I can move through. So weird that they cannot move down, though. Alright, so the tricky thing here, I should have definitely, Litebsk is empty. What do they have in Litebsk? Heavy industry, manpower, rail yard, and armaments factory. Huh. That's funny. Now, I would have to beat this cohort. I'm gonna cry 7 Panzers. I would also need to beat them. So there is an easier movement through here. The same applies for these, but I think I can do that. But I do need some pretty heavy forces. Now their movement through here is a lot better, which I like. Okay, so you cannot get across, but this is all part of the 12th. Ah, man, I'm losing a gazillion panzers here. This is a disaster. Final attack, come on. Okay, so I have both of these. I mean, there's no way I'm not moving in there. And I'm very likely to at least need to keep a presence there. Let's at least work this rail line towards Gorbachevo so I can put a depot there. And then work back. Very unsatisfying if the enemy decides to retreat. Okay, and that seems silly. Ah, crap. The more important thing there, I suppose, then, is that they lost their fortification. Oh, right. At least they've been reduced to a smaller pocket. I think this is probably a little bit better, and I will reorganize them, etc., etc. Alright, so under the current conditions, I can encircle them. We'll see whether it holds. It's likely it won't. Although, ooh. Well, these tanks they will go back to normal, and then, you know, they can move out. Interestingly, if we take a look here, yeah, the Germans got as far as Skopin for 3 days. And, yeah, those are territories that I've never taken, so on my first assault, I did not even get around Chula. But I guess now I do. Once again, all of this is one huge mess, and I'm gonna have to figure out a way to pile it all up. Ideally, what I'll do is I'll surround Chula. That would, again, snag potentially a big number of Soviet forces, but can't... hope for too much. Now, they'll probably have some other forces in there. Now... I'll probably need both of these somewhere up there. So I'm not going to attack these forces down here anymore. Instead, I will focus on some reorganization there. Let's clear this out. All right. That was the goal. Because I need to take these 3 hexes still. Ideally, Visny Volocek 2. And then up here I need to take these hexes. And then I'm supposedly set. So... that's kind of where it's gonna end. You at least will get this rail instead of just that. Double rail towards Volkov is now finally working, and then afterwards I'll work on getting that double rail all the way down from Depot 2, or at least the Chudovo-Pino double rail line over there. Now this is not easy to defeat. Why can't I put you in static mode? Weird. Now for these it makes sense, but how about you? Also the answer is no. Now what I am doing here is shuffling my units, because these guys have attack of 5, these guys have 12. I'd rather have the 12th one sit in that defensive position. And then now these have at least some fortifications. That's pretty useful. How are you guys doing? I know I'm shuffling them around here. You see, I think I should actually, like, I'm not gonna attack there this turn, but I need to get a little bit more strength into this area. And do have to contemplate whether I can actually take that. It will really depend on how the AI will behave. This is also very weird. Well, I guess that's fine. At least there will not be any attrition at that point. So I do like that. So much mass everywhere. The thing too is I don't want these guys to break out and these guys then to link up, which they're very likely to do anyway. Gonna need to think about this, but let's work with the Italians first. And the Germans, of course, at the same time. So this is a pretty decent position. $30 and $42, I don't think so, but I can put the Torino division in there. That puts them at 4, which is not too bad. Okay, so let's have both of these stay behind. And try to hold that position like that. I will definitely need something more to hold this position. One thing I can do is do this for the moment. This is much more likely to get attacked. And there are quite a few Italian units that will need to rest and refit already for... that seems to definitely be the case. Only you guys at least get to move into that position. And let's take off the second light so they can... they could have refitted there too. Yeah. Let's take the Italians that need to recover to the back of the line. Now, one problem is that they're practically... Yeah, let's do it like this. They're a lot more powerful, so I can actually take both of those Italian units off and also have them in refit down there. I did already talk about how I want all of the Romanians to go and take care of this this here pocket, together with these that are gonna try and clear this up. So that we can somewhat unhindered keep moving. Okay, I kind of need to reorganize the Italians once again, which is kind of sucky, but let's move Italian 8th. Get them off of the train. And all of the HQs are already under the Italian 8th Army. Okay. That's good. $59. Well, they have like 1,000 less men. There are a few Hungarian units, definitely, that will also need to be reorganized. I'm actually gonna have to move units from Second Army. Like they're gonna need to take over some stuff here, and I'm gonna have to redo all of that to make sure that that works. They need to be in refit. They need to be in refit. They need to be in refit too. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put them in the cities, and I know that in these cities there are no depots yet. Well, I will put depots there. Because once this rail line is actually working, that's basically how the depots are going to be positioned. I will have one in nope. Okay. All this marching also doesn't really do them a whole lot of well. But it's still around a 200-kilometer march towards Stalingrad, I suppose. I mean, it looks empty, so that is okay at least. But still. Anyway, let's have both of these go down here. They can at least protect the rail unit. Are there any... I need to take a look whether there are any Italian units which are still under Army Group South. There might be. The Celera division. Okay, it's the cavalry. I might have them on refit, yeah. There we go. This does not make a whole lot of sense, but obviously this will be weakened very shortly. Interesting idea to potentially get a unit across the river so that they cannot attack from that hex. The same would kind of apply here and here, but the Soviets already occupied it. So no sense in trying to do that now. Okay. Alder Corps can still get other units in supply. Same here. So once this clears up a little bit, then I'll actually deal with all of that. Because I still have quite a lot of Italians to place too. As for the Romanians, let's get those HQs further up to start with. This HQ can now get in here. That's to Romanian Corps. I want the Romanians to move as far up as possible without actually touching these guys, so they can technically refit. But I also want them to make sure that there's a kind of like a line here. They don't need to be strong. I just want to both keep them out of harm's way, but have a little bit of volume around here. Like this. And Yeah, they would have a hard time clearing this. Let's actually see. They have one depot at that city. So I would primarily have to go for that. 6th Army, of course, still in Starobelsk. Let's move it up here. Find this to be a pretty interesting development. I will have to reorganize that a little bit better, but the same applies for some other stuff here too. Now, the I actually don't mind taking a little bit of territory here. Like, they have a unit there, I get that, and because of that I will, I guess, reinforce them here. It'll be harder for the AI to get here, then break through, and things like that. Okay, so now they're all across at least. You unfortunately will have to let 60th go for the moment. I'll also let 23rd Panzer sit there. I don't always need to move all my units. That's for sure. And all right, there we go. Down here, let's see, because I guess these kind of things are always a bit tricky. Yeah, they're in the way. That's too bad. But let's keep moving at least in that direction. There are quite a few units here which are pretty weak. And that means that I can move forward again a little bit. Huh. I guess... yeah, okay. They can't move forward too much. That's a bit of a bummer. Alright. Dealing with cavalry divisions like that is also quite interesting. Okay, I'm not sure whether they have more units, but I did want to try and clear whatever they have there. One thing I think at least is pretty interesting is that... Oh, nah, crap. Well, I can still fix it by doing that. Okay. Is that now there is a distinction, at least where 17th Army is moving, which is primarily down, and 11th Army, which is, I guess, somewhat moving towards Salsk. This is across the river, so I'd rather move them down here, not attack yet, and try to take these guys on the next turn. Because then at least I can indeed wipe them out in one go. I think again that went fairly well. The enemy is putting up some reasonable resistance around those areas, but as I said, it's not really a priority. One thing that would be interesting to see whether that would work is cutting the rail line, for example, at Stalingrad, and then down here too. Then basically whatever they have in the middle, it should be very hard to supply for them. So we'll see how these things go. Dislodging something like this rifle corps is nearly impossible, and I would say the same for these. Like, from unless I encircle them, you know, these guys aren't gonna get defeated. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. Alright, this is lots of things to reorganize constantly. So I think what I'm gonna do for now, though, is I'm gonna end the video here. I'll continue doing this stuff in the next episode, although there is one thing that I want to do, and that is actually taking a look at the theater boxes. So Balkans 103, I could take out 4.6, and that's probably a good idea to send those units to Italy, because Italy currently has 90%, so definitely only two. So I'm actually looking at sending a very weak Italian unit, potentially, like this Veneto Italian Security Division. What does it have anyway? What is the most powerful thing they would have? Mortar crew. Motorcycle squads, huh? That's interesting. Let's keep it at that for the moment. So you know Italy has too little, and yeah, that kind of makes sense. These coastal divisions have barely anything. Interestingly though, I have some flak there. I cannot send these armored divisions. I guess they must have arrived there this turn, just like these. But I actually might send these over to the map. We'll see. Africa is at 110. They're still doing okay in their ground battle. I would expect them to at some point indeed reach a bit further into Egypt. This is at 100, so that's good. And Finland, too little, obviously. Norway, I can take like 3. And you now have way too much. Alright, well, we'll see how I'm gonna do that. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap things up. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.